This next video we're gonna check out. This was actually also kind of recommended to me by a viewer. Because I was looking for anybody. What's your favorite SCP? Like I'm just getting into this SCP kind of entities, or whatever. They anyway, I asked what was your favorite. Some people gave me recommendations. This one, when I read the description of this one, I was like, hold up. So you basically telling me, it was good. Appreciate the follow. Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, and night. But when I read the description, I was like, hold up. So you're basically telling me that if I get something on some notification or app on my phone or whatever, then I'll end up getting stalked by a baddie with a skull face. I bet. But that's the video we're gonna check out here. Let me show you. SCP-1471 Mal O version 1.0.10 whatever. Right? Shit, you mean that's the SCP? That's the curse? The app or whatever? I get stalked by a baddie with a skull face? A wolf skull for a face? Like, I bet. Let me catch them trying to creep up on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have the handcuffs ready. Like, we can get into some shit. What's good, girl? Damn, you ain't gotta be stalking me. You just gotta let me know. Hello? Like, shit, it's over with. You mean out of all, yeah. You mean out of all the other SCP shit I could deal with? This is the one I get stuck with? Bet. Let's get it.
There's an app for that.
This is by the YouTube channel SCP Explain Story and Animation. Links will be in the description below.
Wait, hold on. I'm Steve Jobs. Come on, no, stop it.
It was a phrase so ubiquitous in the early days of the smartphone craze that it's hard to believe Apple actually has trademarked.
Okay.
It was a testament to a simple and immutable truth about the world these new touchscreen phones were creating. No matter how strange and obscure the need, there would be an app to fulfill it. Perhaps you remember iBeer, the app that allowed you to pretend you were drinking a tall glass of beer for some reason.
Was that actually an app? Hold on, I gotta look this shit up. Hold on. Is this shit real? What's it? He said it was iBeer? Alright, hold on, no. We're gonna look this shit up. iBeer. It's real. Bro, it's real. You can drink a beer. Change your phone into a glass of beer simulator. What the fuck?
There was Car Matey, an app that reminded you where you parked your car.
I'm guessing that's real too.
Voice. And who could forget I Am Bread, a surreal game about controlling a sentient slice of bread on a quest to become toast. But there's one.
Used to do those with like, bruh. And I Am Bread is a thing too. These are actual, bruh. You know what? I'm gonna make $1 million off a shitty app too. I'm just gonna make some random. I'm gonna learn how to code or whatever. Make some random app. See if I can make some money from it. They're fire games, bro. You're what was it? You were a piece of bread that was just on a screen, or it's a slime or a beer that you pretend to drink. What? Get the fuck out of here! Come on, bro.
An app out there somewhere on the market that you probably didn't download.
You moved around as
bread.
bread. You move around as bread. So what? That's it? Floor is lava, but with bread. Okay. So what? If you touch the lava, you see a piece of bread get burned up. That's it. I'm just saying, bro. I'm gonna learn how to code. I'm gonna make some random stupid app and just make money off of that shit.
Well, you have our sincerest apologies.
You gotta watch someone play it.
Because even seeing this video pop out
What's it called again? I Am Bread. No, real quick. Markiplier did it? There's no way Markiplier. Oh my god, he did do it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and we see the connection between the two. Okay, whatever. Let's just calm down. Front kitten.
That's
Broken.
it?
Just quit.
That's it? That's it? You just moving around his bread?
Hey! You son of a screw.
It's funny watching him playing because he's Markiplier. But that's so fucking dumb. If you play and crash out.
Nope.
This is like that. This is like those games with that guy that's stuck in a pot and he's got like he's got like an axe and he just tries to climb the thing. It's like that game. Bro, I'm gonna learn how to code, man. I'm gonna learn how to code, make a stupid ass game, sell it for $1, make $1 million. Fuck this shit.
Out there somewhere on the market that you probably didn't download. And if you did, well, you have our sincerest apologies. Because
those games are dumb and you just rage. That's it. It's like if I can't whatever. I don't understand. I get it, but like I don't get it.
even seeing this video pop out onto your feed probably sent a chill down your spine. Well, if that chill ever even left. Take it from one gentleman whose life took a very strange turn after downloading a certain app that the SCP Foundation calls SCP-1471. Because
what was the name of the app, bro? Just let me know what the name of the app was. That's all I need. I will try it. I will take one for the homies. I will try that shit. Just let me know what the app was.
Sentiment, there's an app for that. Doesn't exclude experiencing mortal terror. Joe Lillis, an insurance salesman from Milwaukee, had just gone through another atrocious date.
Exactly, my guy, for research, bro. Just let me know this shit for research purposes. Shit. Hold on. Got my stalker back there? Yeah, you see it? Hey, chat, you see him? My stalker back there? Yeah, that fine-ass, thicky chick that's kind of hiding back there? Yeah. She's my stalker, bro. And she did the skull face, too? Yeah, bro. She fine as fuck, huh? She's stalking me. She's been stalking me for a minute now, bro. Ever since I downloaded some app. Oh, you want to know what the app is called? Shit, I got you, bro. That's all I need. That's all I need, bro.
After a mediocre meal and an uncomfortable 35 minutes of inane babble,
oh, yeah.
sensing the whole time.
That's the biggest flex ever, bro. I get stalked by a thicky goth chick. I get stalked by a goth thicky, bro. How's your day? She just watches me. She just watches me from behind and see what I'm doing and shit. I was talking to my homie about going to get something to eat. Next thing I know, I go to my front door. There's food. Like, bro, what? I ain't even DoorDash that shit. Like, my goth thicky got me food too? Bet. Bro, you ain't got to gatekeep. Because it's not like it takes from you. You know what I'm saying? You're just adding, like, she's got friends. The goth thicky has friends, bro. And she wants to meet your friends. Don't gatekeep that shit, bro. Let her play the game too. Let her play the game too.
And that she really wasn't that interested. His date excused himself to take a quick phone call outside. Sadly for Joe, she never returned, leaving.
Bro, you know how many of your friends would be mad at you just because if they knew the type of shit you were going through and you wouldn't let them in on it? Bro, let me get my own goth thicky stalker bitch. Come on, bro, what you doing? Nah, son. Nah, I ain't gonna send you that app. It's by invite only too. Bro, come on. Nah, the next time your friend goes to the bathroom and forgets their phone, boom, invite. There it is. It's over. Bro, that's true. That's true. Be like, hey, all right, I'll let you in. Yeah, give me $10 first. And if you find somebody else that wants to get in, they gotta give me $10 too.
Him to pick up the check. Of all the many words you could use to describe poor Joe Lillis, the most pertinent would be lonely. Ever since Carol, his wife of 10 years, had passed away in a freak accident, he'd been trying to find some kind of way to fill the void. They'd been high school sweethearts, intent on spending the rest of their lives with one another. As fate would have it, only Carol would get that tainted luxury. Joe would be forced to endure life after the joy of living had run its course.
Yeah, his
he
lost
only
girl.
hoped he might be lucky enough to find love again. However, Joe was on the wrong side of...
You went to dating apps, didn't you? You went to dating apps, didn't you, Joe? Mm-hmm. It was some random, obscure, goth, thicky fan or dating app, wasn't it, Joe? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
40. And as so many others his age were already hitched, he could feel his options going out one by one. Would he be destined to live out the rest of his days alone? Joe didn't feel like spending the back half of his life catching reruns of Seinfeld and tending to his fish.
Them dating
He needed
apps.
to get out.
Bro, this is he getting ready to dust off his Hinge profile. He getting ready to dust off his Facebook dating profile. Whatever, all of them. He can
And thankfully,
back
like
to
the
it.
rest of us, he lived in the internet age. He had more apps, websites, online services,
Not
and
Facebook.
hot Russian singles.
Bro, he's going that far back. This is Joe's talking about, bro. He can't. His wife has passed. Man, Joe is feeling lonely, bro. Shit, he's looking for them goth thicky stalker chicks, bro. He will go back to Facebook if he needs to.
in his area than he knew what to do with. So surely one would have the right person for him. He tried them all. Tinder, Hinge, Match.com, Plenty of
That's out of the
Fish,
bubble.
eHarmony, Bumble, Zoosk, OkCupid, Friend Finder,
Goddamn.
Deeply Lonely Singles with Low Expectations.com, and
Goddamn.
so much more. However, all it seemed to
He went down the rabbit hole. He went down all the dating apps. I told you, man. He's like, nah, I gotta find that one itch.
achieve was setting him up for more disappointment. None of the dates he'd managed to get ever resulted in anything getting serious. Heck, it was a minor miracle if he even managed to get any of them on a second date. Was
Damn,
this
Joe.
it? Was this his life now? Had he only ever gotten one shot at love?
He even tried the sugar mama apps. There you go, Joe. There's still hope.
And the grasping claws of fate yanked it away from him without a second thought. Would life continue on the hamster wheel of loneliness? Sleeping,
Damn.
getting up, eating, working, and sleeping again? Every day getting somehow both faster and slower as life trudged on to a disappointing yet inevitable conclusion?
Damn,
What
I
a
couldn't
terrible
see it.
fate to
Nah, bro. Nah. That's why I don't want to live. That's why I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I mean, obviously I do, but I don't want to be stuck in that shit.
find yourself trapped.
There's gotta be a hustle, some
Whenever
way to
Joe
get out.
started feeling maudlin like this, he knew it was time to get proactive again. Maybe the right woman was out there. There were billions of them, after all. Surely at least one of them would be the perfect person for him.
Got this,
He just
Joe.
needed the perfect app. He'd burned through all of the most reputable apps already, and was now perusing some of the slightly seedier options, most of which were likely data mining fronts from the Balkans.
That's gotta
However,
suck.
as generic app after generic app passed, something different caught his eye. The icon was a smiling
Joe, you want to talk about why you haven't been finding the right girl, bro? With all those normal apps and those normal dates you went on? Joe, this is the icon you saw? Joe. Hey, man. I ain't gonna be mad at you, bro. Cause like I said, I'm trying to get shit. Send me the link. Send me the link, Joe.
cartoon dog, and its name was Mallow, version 1.0.0. This gave him a little chuckle. At the very least, it was very different branding from the rest of the dating apps he'd seen. Maybe it'd just been
But for real though, for all those other dating apps, and you go to this. All right, Joe, I ain't gonna judge you. I am gonna judge you, and then I'm gonna ask you for the link.
sorted into the wrong section of the App Store. He decided he'd check it out and take a look at the app's description. The description read, "Never settle for those awkward feelings of being alone ever again. Mallow is an exciting and interactive experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued. The anxiety of social situations
Run that back one time for the one time. Definitely click the ads that pop up when he's watching anime. That's when you're watching anime on all those illegal sites, the little ads that pop up on the side. Yeah, no, bro. All right, Joe. I ain't gonna judge you, but I am gonna judge you. Send me the link. Let's see that description again. Never settle for those awkward feelings of being alone ever again. Mallow is an exciting and interactive experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued. You find that around a bunch of dating apps, the rabbit hole of dating apps. You find that shit. All right, Joe.
Experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued. The anxiety of
I see where
social
his mind
situations
was.
can be nerve-wracking, but after just a few hours of Mallow, you will soon forget all about those painful emotions of disappointment. Be part of the new craze that is quickly becoming the next social substitute. Remember, the more you participate, the more Mallow will engage you. Your experience is completely up to you. Absolutely.
The more you participate, the more it engages. So obviously you're thinking it's just gonna be from your phone, right? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like an AI. Like, let's say today's day and age, they came out with an AI that you just download it and it's like, hey, and then of course, the more you interact with that AI, the more it texts you back, and you know people will build a romantic relationship based off just that, probably, right? That's what it sounds like he's getting into, but he doesn't know. You download it, hey, boom, there. Let me learn coding. I'll come back to it. I'll hit you back up with that. Cost you $1 though.
Absolutely.
Just give me some time to learn coding.
No ads. Enjoy. Well, it certainly provoked Joe's curiosity at the very least. He did want to banish his feelings of loneliness, and seeing as the app was free and apparently had no ads, he'd surely be foolish to not at least give it a
Now it has no ads. Joe has learned the lesson from being on those illegal anime sites and clicking those ads. This one doesn't have ads for him to click, and he's like, you know what? This is the one.
whirl. What's the worst that could happen? He began the installation, and only then noticed that the app had no listed developer. It took up 9.8 megabytes of memory, which he wasn't tech-savvy enough to see any issues with.
Ooh.
More than anything, Joe was just enticed by the prospect of finally having another chance at companionship.
Hold up, Joe. It's got no developer information, and it's 9.8 megabytes, Joe. Like, you don't have to be tech savvy to think, hey, this might be a virus. If Joe ever got himself an emo baddie, he would know what to do with himself. He'd be donezo, bruh. He'd be cooked.
Of memory,
900
which
degrees.
He wasn't tech-savvy enough to see any
He'd be butter in her hands. Like, it's over with.
issues with. More than anything, Joe was just enticed by the prospect of finally having another chance at companionship with Mallow. After all, it is the next social substitute,
All right, Joe.
whatever that means. However, Joe's excitement was quickly quashed when he hit the home screen button and noticed that the icon for the app never actually materialized. Strange. He checked the App Store portal again and saw that, according to them, the app had completely downloaded. What gives? Was it a glitch, or was Mallow actually just malware? Either way, he was disheartened by the fact.
Again, Joe, no developer name, and it's 9.8 megabytes, and you just downloading that? I ain't gonna lie, I'd be suspicious of it. I think it was a virus. But hey, one time he opened his phone, he got his storage full notification. You know, he'd been looking at his phone over and over again, waiting for that shit to download too.
Fact that this immaterial app certainly wouldn't be getting him any companionship. Or so he thought, anyway. Joe was used to disappointment by now, so he didn't take it too personally. He decided to just play out the rest of his evening on autopilot, making himself some soup, doing the laundry, watching more Seinfeld reruns, taking a cold shower, and preparing.
Bro, Seinfeld though? There's nothing better? I mean, you have apps, so you have technology. It's not like you're stuck in that time. You don't have to watch Seinfeld reruns, bro. You can watch some anime. Get into that weeb shit. Maybe find you a baddie that likes to cosplay as Raven or some shit.
to cry himself to sleep again. Mallow was already becoming a distant memory,
Soup,
just
Joe?
like all the
Soup?
deceptive
Soup, come on, man. You gotta
sources.
learn. You gotta learn to cook for a woman too, bro. Women love that shit, bro. Come on, Joe.
Of hope. But one strange thing happened that disrupted Joe's finely tuned evening routine. He received a text message.
Be better than
This
Soup,
was
Joe?
incredibly strange because nobody ever seemed to text him. The last text he got was from Carol just before her accident, so it was almost surreal to hear that.
Damn, the last text he got. Like, imagine that the last text you got was from a woman you just had a date with, but she's probably saying she probably texted you, I don't think it's gonna work out, and then she gets into an accident. Damn, it's really not gonna work out then. But still, the last text you got was a rejection.
That alert sound now.
Ouch.
After everything that happened, he checked and saw that the text was an image attachment sent from an unknown number. Perplexed yet curious, he decided to open it. His curiosity soon gave way to a kind of melancholy nostalgia when he saw that the photo was of his and Carol's favorite cafe in town.
Nah, bro. Nah, son. That's not.
Nostalgia when he saw that the photo was of his and.
You don't find that suspicious, Joe? Remember, the more you engage with this thing, the more intense it gets, so to speak, right? So what does engage mean? Does he text back, or does him opening the image count as engaging it? Does he have to open the image and see her and then talk about her to engage with it? Or like, what's the line there? Because I want to get it to the point. I want to make sure I can get it to the point where she's like right behind me, but I still have time to turn around, get her in them handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? Then I can sit her down and be like, all right, you like me. You a baddie. I ain't gonna lie. What's good? And then, like that's all I want to do. I need to know how to successfully trap her. I don't want to say that, but yeah. Bro, it's not even on some starving shit. It's just like, it ain't even that, bro. It's like, hold up, bro. I'm getting stalked by a goth baddie. Nah, we gonna turn this around. You think I'm the prey? Shit.
Carol's favorite cafe in town. They'd spent many a morning there, back when she was alive, treating themselves to a nice cup of coffee and perhaps a croissant. Just seeing it again caused an involuntary smile to spread across his face. It never even occurred to him, as it probably would have to others, that this could be seen as a little creepy. He hadn't frequented the bakery since Carol died. How would anyone even know that this place held any significance for him?
Bro, did you not see the
Was it
picture?
a stalker, a ghost?
Did you not see the person in the picture, my guy? He really didn't find it suspicious.
Or just a spooky coincidence? None of these thoughts even crossed Joe's mind. He was just grateful for the surprising reminder of the happiness he'd once had. For the next—
But who sent you the— He didn't think about any of that shit. Joe, you slipping, bro. You slipping, man. You can't fully enjoy being stalked by a goth baddie if you just letting shit, like, you're not even thinking, bro. Come on, man.
couple hours, things
so
seemed lighter. He went about his evening, checking the photo every so often and smiling, until eventually—
Now, does each time he checked the photo count as an engagement? I'm asking for a friend. It's me. I'm the friend.
he found himself in bed, still looking into the glow of his phone. It was such a beautiful little cafe. Then he froze. He noticed something in the picture. It'd been there the whole time, but only now he was seeing rather than just
Now
looking.
he sees it.
It was in the corner, staring through the glass of the cafe's door. So faint, he almost wanted to dismiss it as a trick of the light. It was a face. Well, not a face, more like a skull. Not a human, not...
I'm pretty sure he's either blind because he's lonely or he's lonely because he's blind. Like, that thing was there. How many times did he look at this picture again throughout the day and he just now saw that shit? Nigga.
Not anywhere
Joe gonna get caught slipping, bro.
near human. Long, slender, and canine, with protruding fangs and vacant white eyes. The pure white of the skull was buried in a nest of thick black hair. It looked like it was crouching behind the door, looking out and grinning, whatever the hell it was.
You can still tell she a baddie.
Just seeing it changed the entire tone of the picture. It was no longer a simple reminder of bygone joy. Now all that was radiating out of that image was a palpable sense of dread. Was someone playing some kind of awful prank on him? Just then he was jogged from his contemplation by another alert.
You got another one?
A new message from the same number as before. With great
Okay, so again, the engagement, is it because he noticed her? Because he didn't get a new message until he actually noticed her. So could he have kept looking at that picture for the rest of his life without ever noticing her and never gotten the next message? I mean, but then again, you are just really blind if you go your entire life without seeing it.
hesitation, he hovered his thumb over the push notification and clicked. That's when everything got a lot worse. It was a photo of a bus stop. Not just any bus stop, of course. It was stop C16, the one that...
That's who's stalking me? That's who's stalking me? I mean... I ain't really never been with a furry before, but... You know what I'm saying? What's good? What's good, though?
Joe always took to get to work. It looked like it was taken relatively early in the morning, but
I'm always down for a
was
first
there.
try, furry.
Well,
what's up, girl?
not
How you doing?
quite. Nobody. There was that figure again. It stood at full height, behind the partially frosted glass that makes up the back of the bus stop. The same large black humanoid shape, with a white, grinning dog skull where the face should be. Something about it terrified him on such a primal level, like the way our lizard brain reacts to some ancient apex predator. And whatever this thing was, it clearly knew something about him. How else could it stage all these photos? Joe got out of bed and looked out of the window, down onto his dark front street.
If this nigga opens a photo and she was like on top of you while you were sleeping, man, just think what she did to you, bro. She didn't even let you enjoy it, bro. Damn. You're a right artist. I'm taking it down.
Empty, thankfully. But after this surprise nightmare, he wasn't going to take any chances.
Yeah, just give him to the right artist, bro. I wonder, actually, I can't, I'm sure there's so much Rule 34 about this chick.
He grabbed a kitchen knife from downstairs and placed it on his bedside cabinet, right next to his phone, with 911 on speed dial. Joe Lillis, a 43-year-old man, slept with the lights on that night for the first time in over 30 years. Sadly for him, the nightmare was just beginning. The next morning, Joe woke up unharmed, but he wasn't pleased to see that he'd gotten several more texts in his sleep. There was one taken outside of the local insurance company office where he worked. The strange creature with the skull for a face was looming around the corner.
So it doesn't matter if he even interacts with it. He can get message after message after message. But let's say he never opens any of the messages. Does the interaction stop? And she just slowly disappear? If he just never answers his phone? But then at the same time, he'll never know how far away. He'll always be thinking, how close is she to getting me? But if you can live with that dread, that thought, and just never check your phone again, never interact again, you can escape, right? I mean, if you want to, if you really want to. Oh, you still got the app. Oh, that's true. Because engagement might just count as still having the app. So you probably have to delete the app, get a new phone, throw the old phone away. You done with it. Move to a new place. I don't know.
Staring at the camera with its lipless grin, like it was mocking him. Another photo was taken at the local supermarket where Joe did most of his grocery shopping. The frame was centralized on the cereal aisle, bordered on both sides by walls of garish mascots endlessly repeated. Down at the far end of the aisle was a looming dark figure with that cold canine skull where a human face should be. There were a few more, but worst of all was the last one. It was taken at the cemetery. In the foreground, a headstone reading, Carol Lillis, beloved wife and daughter. Joe was horrified to see that skull-faced beast was rising up behind his wife's grave, long clawed fingers curling around the top of the headstone. That was the moment that Joe decided to go to the police about all of this, before things got even more out of hand. He called an Uber to get down to the station. He certainly didn't feel like he was going anywhere near his—
Yeah, bro, that's taking it too far. She pulled up at your ex-wife's crib. She just pulled out at your ex-wife's crib, yo. Well, crib being, you know, the gravestone, but like, she pulled up on your ex-wife, bro. Damn. That's too far. That's too far, bro. I'm like, hold up. This stalking shit was cute and all. Now you just pulling up to my ex-wife and dead daughter's gravestone? That's a little, nah. We gotta handle shit now. Damn, bro. That's disrespectful.
His regular bus stop after last night. He showed the photos he'd been sent so far to an officer posted at the station, and they agreed that there was certainly something strange about it. While the behavior undeniably bordered on harassment, it hadn't yet delved into criminal territory, so he would sadly be on his own until then. The best they could do was stay in touch and kept abreast of any new developments. The only sage advice they could give him was not to delete the photos, as they could always be used as evidence in court later if things escalated. This—
Would that count as further? That's like locking in the engagement, obviously. I don't think he could escape. How could he escape now?
was literally the last result that Joe wanted out of this. Considering how bizarre and threatening things were getting already, he really didn't want to find out what escalation looked like in this case. But what else could he do but carry on, just trying to exercise as much caution as he could in these strange new circumstances? He went to work and tried his best to stay productive, despite the fact that every 3 or so hours, a new photo would arrive. Places that he liked to sit in the local parks,
change the
stores
number.
he'd frequent, restaurants he liked to eat at. The nightmare—
Hey, again though. I mean, I ain't really been with a furry before, but you know what I'm saying? What's up, girl? How you doing?
skeleton dog thing would be standing in all of them, just mugging for the camera. On one hand, every time he looked at one of the photos, Joe felt like he was giving this freak exactly what they wanted. On the other hand, how could he possibly look away? What if he missed something that could save his life? It carried on much like that until later.
And that's the worst part about Joe. You gotta feel sorry for him because he ain't ready for that. He was never gonna be ready for that.
In the evening, Joe may have not been a genius, but he was no fool either. He'd seen too many of those seedy true crime documentaries about kidnapping to take his normal route home. He took a real detour, frequently checking over his shoulder the entire time. Much to his relief, he didn't see anything out of place. Good. When he got home, he locked every door and bolted every window. Nothing would be getting the jump on him tonight. That's when the next picture came in. A photograph of Joe's empty office cubicle, with the bony face of the creature looming over the divider with a grin.
How could she get in, bro? Security! She ain't got no badge. Come get this bitch. So she couldn't have got in like that. She was, it's either like the app is just stalking him, bro. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck could she get in there? Nah, bro. That don't even work like that, son.
He could feel his heart pounding away in his chest just looking at it. How did this thing get around like this? How was it able to infiltrate everywhere
Security's
in his
slacking,
entire
bro.
goddamn life? Suddenly, he felt a smile spreading across his face. This freak had just messed up big time. Before, all these creepy photos had been taken in public places, but the one taken in his office? Oh, this crossed the line into trespassing. The police would have to do something about it.
I mean,
Oh, this crossed the line into trespassing. The police would have to do something about it
not
now.
bad though.
It had given him an ace up his sleeve. That confidence faded a few hours later when he received another photo. This time, it was the skull-faced monster just standing on the sidewalk. The sidewalk that Joe remembered walking on his covert alternative route. He could feel himself break into a
R.I.P.
cold sweat. It seemed whoever this was, he really did hold no secrets from them. Now more than ever, Joe didn't feel safe in his own home. So you can only imagine how he felt when a few hours later, he received a photo of the skull-faced stalker standing right outside his own front door, staring into the camera. It sent him rushing to the window again to check outside, but of course, nobody was there. The next day when he called the police and updated them on the
Just don't. But he thinks there's somebody physically there. But Joe, you gotta actually think, bro. How could she get into that bitch? If there was somebody physically stalking you, Joe, how could she get into your office? Past security. I'm guessing you work at a place that uses badges and has minimum security at least. Come on, Joe. You know what I'm saying? It was that damn phone. That phone will get you killed. That phone will be the death of you.
situation. They
All that
told
shit.
him that they were doing all they could. The best thing he could possibly do was to remain calm, but vigilant. He needed to keep an eye on the photos being sent
He
to
walked
him,
by the place,
so
he
he could
took a
notify
photo.
them if ever he was in any immediate danger. This put poor Joe's paranoia at a fever pitch. Even when he went to work, surrounded by his
She's in the app, bro. Yeah.
coworkers, by witnesses, he could scarcely tear his eyes away from his phone. He was a slave to the photos, forever
Just delete the
waiting
app.
for the next one.
He can't delete the app. That's right. Because I remember now, in the beginning, it showed that when he went to check if the app was even on the phone, the app icon wasn't there. So maybe you have to actually go into your settings on your phone and then look for the app manually. Because maybe just the icon disappears. I don't know, bro. Yeah. Because if the app is actually gone off your phone completely, then yeah, no, there is no deleting the app. But then how do you stop engagement? You would have to just not look at the messages, right? That would be the way out. Just don't open the message.
Only to experience crushing
Rid of
regret
the phone, yeah.
when the photo actually arrived.
Nah, because it might go to his next phone. Like, we don't know how this thing works. Even if he gets a new phone, will it jump to another phone?
It looked like it was
Or maybe he just doesn't get it, just go cold turkey, 1 year, no phone at all. Get rid of the phone and just go without a year. Go a year without it. Don't get a new one at all. Come back with the app start again? With the messages start again? Just don't engage with the messages.
taken moments before it was sent to him. Joe saw himself looking at his own phone in his office cubicle, with that huge skull-faced figure looming behind him. He screamed out loud.
That's your moment, Joe. That's your moment. You can teach her about doggy style. What it's really supposed to mean.
With that huge skull-faced figure looming behind him. He screamed out loud upon seeing it, and turned to see if anything was behind him. But of course, there was nothing there. The police inspected the office, talked to potential witnesses, and analyzed the photo. It showed no signs of any photographic manipulation, but there were also no witnesses around the office who claimed to see anything strange that day. There was also no security camera footage in the last several days that showed this figure coming in or out.
Now, there's one thing about this that we have not been thinking about. There's one thing about this that we haven't given a chance to really talk about. Is she trying to kill you? Because remember what the description said. The description only said that you won't feel lonely anymore. That with that sense of someone not being near you. So it's technically it's just doing what it said it was going to do. You don't feel lonely. You feel like there's something there. There's nothing there physically. You haven't, So come on, like, it didn't do anything. Is it going to kill you? It might just be there. Like every time you take a picture, it will be there. Like sup. Like you can start posing with it. Like go to a beach or some shit like that, and just I don't know, make a pose or whatever, and she'll be in that picture doing another pose, just to be like, hey, what's up? As if y'all were actually out there on a date or some shit like that. You don't know she's trying to kill you. Yeah, either way it works.
Joe Lillis started to feel like he was going insane.
Because if it's gonna kill you, at least it'll be over with. You can't stop it, right? If it doesn't kill you, you have somebody that's always going to photobomb all of your photos for the rest of your life. That's what it is. It's just somebody photobombing you for the rest of your life.
And perhaps he was. But that didn't change the tangible and ever-present feeling that he was in great danger. He didn't come into work the next day. He'd received more photos like that in the night.
Bro, let me learn coding. Oh my, why is this not an app? This should actually be an app. Here, what's even better is that you can every now and then you get an update with either characters from shows, whether fictional shows or non-fictional shows. Like you can have different people show up in the app instead and be like, this is my pretend stalker. Oh wait, no, because then people would actually use that, but in terrible ways. Make it something like it has to be a character and not an actual person. So make it like an actual character or something like that. Like this chick. Just make that an app. Something that always look. The apps. Here's what the app does. It literally just always it senses that you've taken a picture on your phone because it has access to your phone camera and all of that shit. So it senses that you're taking a picture and it just adds a character into it. It analyzes the picture, then adds the character into the picture to try to make the character a part of the picture. Like, let's see if you're doing an activity, if you're playing basketball, maybe they're a cheerleader. So it'll put the AI will figure out how to add this character into your photo, and then boom. Every time you take a live, like it could be live, take a picture. As soon as you click the snap button, the character's there. Like there's no second copy of a photo or nothing like that. It's in the characters will be embedded in the original photo that you take as soon as you click the button. You can always change what character it is. That'll be dope. Just, yeah. You literally have something that's always going to photobomb you.
Of himself, taken in real time, with that skull-faced freak looming. He didn't want to leave the house. He didn't want to go anywhere anymore.
And if you, like Joe, were into goth furry baddies, your character could be a goth furry baddie, and she will always photobomb every single picture you take.
Just didn't feel safe out there. How could he, with all this madness unfolding? There was a time where he could have said something like, at least it only seems confined to my phone. He might have even suspected that it had something to do with that strange Mallow app he downloaded.
Now you think, Joe? Holy shit, Joe is slow as fuck.
Loaded a few days prior that hadn't seemed to do anything. But this situation had evolved since then. He wasn't just seeing the creature in photos anymore. It was here. He kept seeing quick flashes of it on the other side of windows.
Wait,
in
what?
Reflections, in the corner of his eyes, always darting away if ever he turned towards it. It was everywhere
Now it's
and nowhere.
It's living rent-free in your mind, bro. but now you never feel alone. It's literally always gonna be there with you.
Was here just for him. He just knew. The police couldn't help. Nobody could help. Joe just sat in the corner of his bedroom, clutching his kitchen knife, afraid to close his eyes. It could be anywhere. It could be anywhere. It could be anywhere. We know one thing for sure. Joe Lillis never felt truly alone ever again.
There it is.
He always had his new friend, waiting, just out of sight. And if ever you're feeling lonesome and decide to download Malo version 1.0.0 yourself, then you'll never feel lonely again either. Now go check out SCP-1025 Encyclopedia of Common Diseases and Worst Ways to Die SCP Edition for more SCPs that'll creep into your mind.
Hold up.
If there's anything
I really did try to look up Mal-O on my phone just to see if anybody already did that shit. Yeah, I'm saying like that could be part of the updates. Putting the anime chick into that shit.
there,
I did check though. I'm not seeing it yet. Mal-O. I don't really see it. I don't know, bruh. Somebody make an app. Man, if I had the money to pay somebody to make an app, let me learn coding, bro. Or let me pay somebody to make that app for me. Bro, that shit.
There's an app for that.
Yeah, no, I think that could work out. So yeah, that was SCP-1471 Mal-O version 1.0.0 by the YouTube channel SCP Explain. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I mean, technically it did what it said it was gonna do. Like, the app did what it said it was gonna do, bro. So, you got some developer friends? I mean, that's an app, bro. That's money right there. That's crazy, bro. Damn. Joe can't be mad. Yeah, the app wasn't a scam. It did what it said it was gonna do.